Hey everybody, Scoutcrafter here again. We're back in the shop. We got a new wrench. Let's get started. Okay, today's wrench that we're looking at today was invented by A.B. CARLL. The patent date is on this is May 6, 1913. And you can see it's called a 10-inch CARLL wrench. And what made this wrench so interesting was it had the reversible jaw that you see they're promoting as something new today in a lot of wrenches, but you could see it goes back over 105 years old, or going to be 105. And what's interesting about this wrench is this is a unique design, and let's take a look at what the condition looks like before, so we can see what it's going to look like when we finish. Now, some of the issues we got to address here, it's very stiff here, but we'll work that out. You see, it's a pin removal, not a screw. We'll pop that pin out. The jaw's look in remarkably good shape. Even the pipe jaw here, that I'll show you how that works. We'll just have to file them down and sharpen them up a little bit. And overall, the wrench looks, you know, what we've done before. We should be able to do this one up pretty nice. So let's get started and see what we can do. Well, the first thing we do is we disassemble everything and then take it over and degrease it. And then afterwards we start working on the jaws by taking the jaws and running a hacksaw over to initiate the cut, and then some Swiss pattern files make short work of getting it nice and sharp. Then over to the wire brush, and we're back in business. Here we are at our post-wire wheel evaluation, and you could see got some problems here. You see that there was some definite damage, especially on this side. You could see somebody hammered over here. We can't get, there's no way we're going to get this into a polish mode, but we want to get this, and you can see the damage here. This is why a wire brush is always good. You can go. Now, we did some of the filing. One side of the jaw is a little worse, but this side's not bad, but the middle isn't bad, see? So it should still work. We got them sharp again. And for the jaw, you could see, looks like there was some scraping over here. They must have held it against, I don't know, there was some kind, you see those marks there? And over here. Otherwise, not too bad. The teeth look in good shape. And we did the wheel, the thumb wheel. That looks real good. And the best news is the spring's in real good shape. Now, of course, we take it over to the belt sander and then over to the buffer, and after that, to paint. Okay, it's time for reassembly. Everything is painted, everything's nice. Now, we took a couple Q-tips here with cleaning fluid and WD-40 and cleaned out all the inside of these holes here and here. Got any residual grease or grime out. We really went to town here and made sure that the inside of this is nice and clean, that whole surface there. Then polished the pin just in the middle, polished that out, so that's going to be the surface that it'll ride on. And now what we're going to do is really important, is we take a little anti-seize lubricant, and we're just going to put a very little bit on the inside here and on the inside of this hole here, so that when we put that pin in, if 10 or 15 years from now, it won't rust in there if anybody ever has to disassemble this wrench again. Hopefully they won't. Now, of course, you remember my favorite part. This is what it looked like before. Well, we're calling this wrench done. 105 years in a couple days. Came out really nice. You could see we have this down to a mirror finish on there. We couldn't take out a lot of, there's still a couple dents you can't take out because there wasn't enough metal for me to go down too far. But what's interesting about this wrench here, you could see the lettering here. It's the 10-inch CARLL wrench and PT company. And on the other side it says drop forged and the patent date of May 6th and 1913. It's very, very smooth now. We again lubricated everything. Everything's nice. But here's what's interesting. Here it worked as a regular adjustable wrench, and then when you turn this around, the jaw comes out, you turn it, you put it back in, and now it becomes a pipe wrench. And that's pretty interesting. It was a novel design. He had this design on a bunch of different wrenches, and we redid the teeth, we reground the teeth. So let's give it a try and see how this wrench works. Okay, first we'll try the standard wrench, the flat jaws. Put it onto the nut, and see here, you could use it this way, or you could flip it around to get a slightly different angle. And it had a very interesting geometry to this wrench. I like it. I like it more than the curved wrenches. Let's try the other side. Okay, I turned the jaws around now, and we're going to try the pipe section of this. Any kind of round stock, whether it be a stud or something like that, you could put it on here, and you could see the teeth would grip into the area, and it would turn the stock. And that's what that side was for. Quite innovative for that time period. So in closing, I'm pretty happy with the way this wrench came out. Like I said, 105 years old next week. It works very well, and very interesting design. And I guess this is my first switch off from doing red, but this wrench is a little bit too old for red to work on it, so I went with the black. That's originally what it looked like. All right, thanks very much for tuning in. Appreciate it. Have a nice day. Take care.